What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm just an American guy on a journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Today, we're going to be reacting to why do people wear a red poppy, what is Poppy Day, and what the significance of the red poppy is in regards to Remembrance Day. I've never really looked into the history of the red poppy. I do know that it is also a symbol people use for Veterans Day in the US, but it's honestly not that popular, it seems, in the US to wear the red poppy. But from what it seems, based off of thumbnails and the little bit I've seen about Remembrance Day so far, it seems that the red poppy is pretty popular in the UK in regards to Remembrance Day. So, like I said, I've never really looked into the history of it, and I'm just kind of curious what the meaning behind the red poppy is and why it's become a symbol for Remembrance Day and Veterans Day, maybe to a lesser extent, it seems, but still, from what I understand, it has something to do with World War One. But beyond that, I really don't understand, the reasoning behind it. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and check out why people wear the red poppy and what is Poppy Day.
Right now, here in the UK, many people are wearing an artificial red flower on their clothing. This normally occurs during late October and early November. For those who are unfamiliar with this annual custom, I will explain how it came to be and why we do it.
Okay, so I thought that it was going to be something that was just maybe the day of Remembrance Day, or possibly the week of, because I know you guys have some sort of, I think it's, what is it called? Remembrance Sunday or Remembrance Festival of Remembrance, I believe it is. Yeah, that's it. You wear it for most of November and some of October.
The red flower in question is a poppy. It is a plant that grows abundantly in many parts of the world. There are many varieties of poppy, but the one that most people are familiar with is the red poppy. The wearing of a red poppy is done symbolically as a way of commemorating those who died during the First World War.
Okay.
The symbolism of the poppy is a strong one, as the flower itself is often associated with such themes as sleep, peace, and death. The origins of wearing a red poppy date back over 100 years. In 1915, Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae wrote a poem in tribute to all those who'd perished during the First World War. He called the poem "In Flanders Field." Shortly after World War I, a commemoration ceremony was held in London in 1919 by the then King George V. The end of the First World War occurred on November 11th, with the signing of an armistice with Germany. An armistice is a peace agreement. At that time, many peace agreements had just been signed by countries such as Bulgaria, Austria, and the Ottoman Empire. It was later decided that the final armistice signing would be commemorated each year on November 11th at 11 a.m., the exact time when the guns fell silent and the so-called Great War came to an end. The wearing of poppies during these commemorations did not come into being until 1921. After the Great War, the influence of John McCrae's poignant poem still resonated with many. After reading the poem, Moyna Michael, a professor at the University of Georgia, wrote the poem "We Shall Keep the Faith" and swore to wear a red poppy on the anniversary. The custom spread to Europe and the countries of the British Empire and Commonwealth within 3 years. In the UK, Major George Howson fostered the cause with the support of General Haig. Poppies were worn for the first time at the 1921 anniversary ceremony. At first, real poppies were worn. These poppies bloomed across some of the worst battlefields of Flanders in World War I. Their brilliant red colour became a symbol for the blood spilled in the war.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
These days, paper poppies are widely worn, with the proceeds from their sale going to good causes. Poppy Day or Armistice Day is still held each year on November 11th, with a 2-minute silence being observed at 11 o'clock in the morning. The ceremony takes place around the world in countries belonging to the British Commonwealth, including Australia, Canada, India, South Africa, and New Zealand. In the United Kingdom, commemorations are held on the Sunday nearest the 11th day, with what is known as Remembrance Sunday.
So no, okay. So do you guys in the UK, like, do you celebrate Remembrance Day as well? I'm under the impression you do, but he made it sound like Remembrance Day is not as popular as, what do you call it? Remembrance Sunday, I believe is what he called it.
In London's Whitehall, the ceremonial placing of wreaths takes place at a stone structure known as the cenotaph. It is a sad fact that as well as commemorating the First War, we now also remember those who died during subsequent battles for freedom and peace. In 2016, once again, millions of people around the world will wear their poppy to remember those who fought and died for the freedom many of us enjoy today.
Wow. Well, that was very informative. I'm glad I checked that out. Thanks for sharing that to the person in the comments that shared this video with me. That makes total sense. You know, and now that I kind of see it and think about it, it's interesting that I've noticed the red poppies before, but I've just never asked about the significance. You know, I've never really noticed it really, but you know how you notice, you know how when you learn more about something that you look back and realize you've seen that all along and you just never questioned it. That's kind of what the red poppy is. You know, I've seen it, you know, on Veterans Day and, you know, which would be Remembrance Day for, you know, you guys in the UK and other parts of the Commonwealth. And I've just never questioned the meaning behind it. So it's basically, that's crazy that it got started. The red poppy got started in the U.S. and Georgia, right? And that's what he said. And then it actually spread overseas to the UK and to other Commonwealth countries. And it's so interesting that it seems like it's become more popular in the UK. I could be wrong on that, but I just, you know, we do all sorts of Veterans Day celebrations and I don't really see the red poppy. Maybe it's one of those things. You know how your brain just doesn't always see things you're not looking for? Maybe it's been around like a lot all the time and I just haven't really noticed it. I don't know. I I gotta start looking for that and see if that. I'm gonna go back and look at some old Veterans Day videos and stuff and see if I noticed that in the U.S. That's interesting, but it totally makes sense. So the poppy grows on, really in really bad soil, and it grows and it becomes this beautiful flower through the rockiness, through the toughness, through the hardness. So through something tough, something beautiful is born. Just the significance of the red, remembering all the blood that was shed, all the lives that were lost. I get it. The red poppy definitely is a good symbol for remembering those that have fought and died for our freedoms. And yeah, I thought this was a really good, quick video that gave me the basic understanding of the history behind it. So yeah, good deal. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or other things you think I might enjoy checking out. And also, don't forget to subscribe to continue to join me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.